All right, we are back again. Hey, listen, it's Tuesday, and you know what it is. It's the CSRN, our podcast or our weekend review, where we come to you live every week and talk about the things that we've done last week, Jody, the things that we're working on right now, and some of the things that we got coming up in the future. Hey, what we want to do right now is play our intro video. That way you can share our live stream. You can comment. This is the CSRN podcast. A weekend review. We'll be right back.
I must confess that that dream that I had that day has at many points turned into a nightmare. Now, the other thing that we've got to come to see now that many of us didn't see too well during the last 10 years, that is that racism
not guilty
is still alive in American society and much more widespread.
Broke his neck after Baltimore police.
A handful of protesters, a handful of criminals and thugs who...
Many in moments of anger, many in moments of deep bitterness, engage in riots. And as long as America postpones justice, we stand in the position of having these recurrences of violence and riots over and over again. Social justice and progress are the absolute guarantors of riot prevention.
Mr. Gray's death was a homicide.
The Negro was freed from the bondage of physical slavery.
The athletes marched onto a stage.
But at the same time, the nation refused to give him land to make that freedom meaningful. Freedom without land to cultivate. Freedom and famine at the same time.
And create jobs for our people.
The Negro is to be free. He must move down into the inner resources of his own soul and sign with a pen and ink of self-assertive manhood his own Emancipation Proclamation. But I want to get the language right tonight. I want to get the language so right that everybody here will cry out, yes, I'm black, I'm proud of it, I'm black and beautiful.
Individually, we are poor when you compare us with white society in America. We are poor. Collectively, we are richer than all the nations in the world with the exception of 9. That's power right there if we know how to prove it. We begin the process of building a greater economic base. And at the same time, we are putting pressure where it really hurts. We don't have to argue with anybody. We just need to go around to these stores and to these massive industries in our country. Say, God sent us by here to say to you that you're not treating his children right. We come by here to ask you to make the first item on your agenda fair treatment where God's children are concerned. Now, if you're not prepared to do that, we do have an agenda that we must follow. Our agenda calls for withdrawing economic support from you. We mean business now, and we are determined to gain our rightful place in God's world.
All right, we are are back. This is the CSRN podcast, or our week in review. Hey, Jody, let's go ahead and start with our introductions. I'm Brother Washington Muhammad. I'm one of the co-founders of CSRN, along with Mike Leonardi and Jabril Bay. And you'll find those two brothers heavy online too on their platforms. 9 years ago, and on the 24th, it will be 9 years that all of the protesters came together and put something together that was so strong, so dynamic. And Jabril and Mike had this idea that just ordinary people could speak truth to power. You didn't have to be a professional politician, preacher, or anything like that. You just had your facts, have a bullhorn, and let the chips, fall where they may. And they called it Community Solidarity Day. And then they had called me up and said, hey, Brother Washington, we need your help doing what you do best. And here we are,
9 years later.
Right, 9 years later, still unshakable, unbossed. It is what it is. I said what I said, all right, and it's love, and it's awesome to have the community support on what we do, how we do it. All right, what am I wearing today? Today I've got my black on black. I've got my black hat, my brown rimmed glasses. I've got a black T-shirt that has a picture of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad on it. On the back it says, "You better recognize." I've got my black beads on today, and as always, I know I was feeling that because Menace to Society is coming to Toledo, so I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be about that life today. All right, I'll be back to my regular scheduled program tomorrow.
Wrong time, college.
That's right. Hey, I still gotta eat. All right, and as always, I'm dedicated to respecting, protecting, and defending all Black bodies, no matter the cost, no matter the gains or loss. This is the home of Black Lives Matter and justice, or else. We're still getting it in. We're still making a difference in our community. Jody, if you could introduce yourself, what you're wearing, and then right after you introduce yourself, we'll get into our mission statement.
All right. What's up, everybody? Jody J. Summers, child of the system, better known as Spoken Truth, the treasurer of this wonderful organization that has been going on. And again, when we come back, we'll be 9 years old.
That's right.
9 years. I don't know any organizations that go being unsponsored, unbought, and are free to expand and grow because of certain stuff that we have in place, like our mission statement
and guiding principles. That's the heart, the lifeblood of what we do.
Yep. And then what many people don't know, like when you come, yes, our studio can be anywhere because these aren't just signs we bought, these are signs we lived.
That's right.
There's a big difference between green screen and real screen.
Hey, that's right.
I hope that nobody actually has to go through those times again, because even though we have made it out, and a lot of our friends who took business jobs, or gone some other ways, it is good to know that we have a history behind us.
That's right.
The reason why we do let you know what we look like is you're like, well, you're on podcast. We're just watching you right now. Not everybody is. We're also on Spotify, and we record this show live during the time where you'll be going to work. We don't want you watching your screen. There's enough accidents out there. The weather's getting colder and slippery and all that good stuff. So it's better that you have gifts for your family than emergency bills because you were,
trying to watch that. All right.
So for that, I am a big brown bear of a man that's covered in tattoos and crystals and stones and bones and artifacts from me traveling and believing in myself. I even get to shameless plug the new hoodies that I just came out with.
So we doing that now? I could have brought my stuff and start advertising. Well, I ain't got nothing to advertise. All right, let me stop the hate.
But it is interesting because, again, we started as just not necessarily as nobodies, but people who had ideas, had networked, resourced through other companies, and we decided, we can do it better.
That's right.
Not necessarily like we're better than you, but we know our neighborhoods.
And do it ourselves.
Better than you.
Do it ourselves, all right?
Yeah, do it ourselves, learn through all the mistakes and stuff like that. So that's what we describe ourselves. What I'm wearing is kind of black on black with green, and of course my brand and all of that other stuff. that if you ever get to meet me in person, you'll see that this isn't just for show or social media. I walk outside like this.
That's right.
But with that said and everything, we do have an awesome guest here that's going to be talking about
It's the 35th anniversary of Minister Society. Man, I was gonna say I wasn't even born. I was a whole grown man.
I was 5 at the time, but you know, I was kind of a whole grown man. You know, in that society and stuff like that, being an 80s baby, 5 was kind of a whole grown man.
Yes, sir.
But we're going to take you over our mission statement because, again, this didn't happen overnight. 9 years. I'll be happy to celebrate when we come back with our next guest and everything like that. Right now, mission statement is
right.
Foundation.
It's our foundation. That lets people know what we're about. All right. And if somebody wants to join us in doing what we do, we're going to tell you what we're about. And if you like that, you can rock with us. All right. If you like it more lukewarm or milk toast or watered down or, cooled out. Right, absolutely.
And then we also have
our guiding principles. That helps us not destruct from the inside. We got some strong personalities here. You and I and the others could easily do this work on our own.
Yeah, but
by ourselves.
That's not what humanity is about. Humanity is about helping one another, seeing your brother or your sister and wanting to uplift them, not tear them down.
Right.
You can do so much more together than you can by yourself.
And the guiding principles help to keep us together. All right, especially you. I wanted to add that part on. All right,
that's okay. So for those of you out there listening, again, thank you for joining us every single week. When we come back, we'll have our special guest on. You get to ask some questions, leave stuff in the inbox and everything like that. But this is how we got here in the first place. We are the Community Solidarity Response Network of Toledo, formed on November 25th, 2014, the day after it was announced that the killer, a Ferguson, Missouri police officer of Michael Brown, an unarmed teenager, would not be indicted. We bring awareness to the injustices experienced by Black men, women, and children who are disproportionately murdered, attacked, and provoked by law enforcement. Police brutality has to end. We bring awareness to the fact that most often, police brutality goes without consequence and accountability. Police impunity has to end. We utilize the tactics of protest, civil disobedience, event disruption, and citizen advocacy to give voice to those who are otherwise voiceless. We facilitate progressive, community-based events that help foster self-development, and we discuss measures to hold local leadership accountable, to their sworn duties, be they politician, law enforcement, clergy, educators, etc., etc. We want justice, equal justice under the law. We want justice applied equally to all, regardless of class, creed, or color. For all lives to matter, Black lives, yes, Black lives must matter. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Now, did you want to, were we going to do our Black Lives Matter moment when we come back?
We can do that when we come back.
All right. And now I want to kind of transition to our guiding principles. We talked about that earlier as our mission statement is what we are. That's not going to change. We may do different things. We may
may come in and out.
Yeah, we may have a political forum next week. Maybe a protest next month. All right, whatever. But okay, all right. I have to call it into work. All right.
Friday is coming up. But,
all right.
So,
but these are our guiding principles. This is what keeps us grounded with all of the personalities that we have. All Black lives matter, queer Black lives, trans Black lives, formerly and presently incarcerated Black lives, poor working class Black lives, wealthy Black lives, differently able Black lives, Black men and women lives, immigrant Black lives, Black elderly and children lives. All Black Lives Matter and are the creators of this space. We throw no one under the bus. We rise together. Ashe?
Ashe.
And Ashe means one who changes the thing or one who makes the thing happen. Thriving instead of surviving. Our vision is based on the world we want, not the one we're currently in. We seek to transform, not simply react. We want our people to thrive, not just exist. Think beyond the possible. Ashe?
Ashe.
Experimentation and innovation must be built into our work. Embrace the best tools, practices, and tactics, and leave those behind that no longer serve us. Ashe?
Ashe.
Evaluation and assessment must be built into our culture. Critical reflection must be a part of all of our work. We learn from our mistakes and our victories. Ashe?
Ashe.
Principal struggle can exist in a positive environment. We must be honest with one another by embracing direct, loving communication. Ashe?
Ashe.
Love, self-love is practiced in every element of all we do. Love and self-love must be a driver of our work and an indicator of our success. Without this principle and without healing, we will harm each other and undermine our movement. Ashe?
Ashe.
360-degree vision. We honor past struggles and wisdom from elders. The work we do today builds the foundations of movements of tomorrow. We consider our mark on future generations. Ashe?
Ashe.
Self-care means we build resilient spaces by budgeting time, energy, and resources for healing. Self-care is a regular, consistent, intentional, and essential practice. Ashe?
Ashe.
The most directly affected people are experts at their own lives and should be in leadership at the center of our movement and telling their stories directly. Ashe?
Ashe.
Training and leadership development should be fundamental. Our movement must constantly grow and leadership must constantly multiply. Ashe?
Ashe.
Now, those are our guiding principles. You just heard our mission statement. And when we come back, we'll do our Black Lives Matter moment, or are we going to do it now?
We can do it now before we have our guest started.
All right, okay, all right. So, let me bring this slide. All right. So,
slides and stuff like that.
So,
for everybody.
Right. So for that behind the scenes camera, yes, it's looking right into our new light.
I'm looking at my screen right now.
Right. We just let you know that we got some new lights, so we just show it off until Red Center come to get it. But anyway, we're moving on to our 9th year, Joe.
Yeah.
You could think of one of the things that we've done together, either direct action or food drive or
The awards. The Black Lives Matter.
Okay, which one or
all of them collectively.
Okay.
In total, we've given away 35.
Yeah.
That's now 35 awards, and that was just something you don't see community groups do. They always were looking for awards for engagement, and we did all this awesome stuff. Watch us on video.
Right.
Doing it. And all these donations that you gave to us, we kind of sorted out, and then our CEO got like, oh no, all that stuff. And we just said, we can do that, but we're going to put a twist on it. We're going to ask our community to be involved in fundraising, so you can see where your dollars go.
Right.
You can see the difference is something that's bought for Photoshops and clicking-ish and city politics and stuff to just a group of people that came together and say, hey, I thank you for helping that kid learn how to tie a tie. Simple as that.
All right.
People don't get that a lot.
And mine would be the raising of the Pan-African flag.
Yeah, we got to do that.
All right, at one government center. A few years ago, family, there was a discussion on Facebook because every city raises a special interest group's flag at one time of the year. And some people were having a conversation because one group had their flag raising up on whatever month it was. And somebody said, I bet they won't put our flag up. Well, and I thought, I said to myself, I'm going to take that as I'm going to take it as a challenge. So, right. So, we found out how to do it. And I got to shout out our local NAACP because in Ray Wood and Willie Perryman, because without them, it would have been more difficult. All right, without them, we
climbing up there.
we probably would have had to, pay bail. All right, but post bail. But it would have got done. But I want to thank the local NAACP Toledo chapter for assisting us so that every year at the beginning of Black History Month, we meet downtown. We raise that 8-foot by 5-foot flag, and like I say, if you've got an issue with it, hey, we've got it on our that's our flag right there.
Yep.
Okay, dripping on it.
That's the purpose. It's got a couple months to be back flying again for the month of February.
Yeah. Hey, listen, what I want to do right now, I think that we're about ready to come back. We got Darnell Robinson. I think that name right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, all right. I got to check with you, all right?
Yeah,
well, I'm looking like
I'm in the green room.
Hey, all right.
Don't mess up the name. Auto translate gets a little wonky.
Yeah, name, bro. Well, listen, we're going to play one of our commercials from Brothers and Sisters United or Brothers United. When I got the video of Brothers United,
right.
All right, but our sister Avis Files and their staff that does so many great things for the community. Hey, let's take a break. We'll be right back. This is the CSRN Podcast Week in Review. We'll be right back.
Pathway Incorporated Brothers United program believes that children are important. Every day we support and advocate for fathers because when children have involved fathers, the whole community thrives. The fathers that come into the Brothers United program are mostly young fathers who are primarily gang members or drug dealers or those involved in lots of trauma from the time when they were youth until now. This program has fatherhood classes which teach you about your role as a father, the importance of being a father, healthy relationships, how to co-parent and work better together with your co-parent, and then economic stability, how to get a job, how to keep a job. It is so important for fathers to learn to take care of their children holistically, not just emotionally, not just physically, but financially as well, because children need a holistic approach.
I really just needed help with really being a better father and looking for a job to be able to support my kids.
Some of the problems I was facing when I joined Brothers United was communication with my children. Had some time apart from each other for a while, so they gave me the tools to really get back in communication with them.
Fathers will come into our program with their heads down. 2 weeks later, their heads are up. 3 weeks later, they're laughing and talking. 4 weeks later, they're building a bond. And by the time we get to 8 weeks, they're saying, hey, we want to stay here. What can we do to stay connected?
It gave me a better perspective on how to look at things from other people's point of view. You know, sometimes us as men, we get caught up in being prideful and arrogant, thinking we don't need the help. We do. And we just have to put our pride, selfishness, and arrogance to the side. And when the help is there, take it.
Hope plays the most important role in everything that we do because we have to have hope. We have to remember that fathers are important, and we have to not only say it, but we have to live it, we have to breathe it, we have to do it, we have to convey it to everyone.
Let's get a BU Nation on 3, fellas. 1, 2, 3. BU Nation!
The dads give us hope. The dads supply for us on the days when it gets hard. On the days when we've seen more violence than we ever want to see. On the days when we've lost some dads to jail or to murder, they give us hope. And so the hope that lives can change, if you invest in them, if you believe in them, then lives can change.
Brothers United changed my life, let's say, because of where I come from, what I've been through. I learned to understand it is help out there. Don't be scared to ask for it. If you don't reach, you can't grab. That's it.
They made me more employable, more desirable by employers, which in turn helped me provide for my family and provide for my children and my grandchild. So it makes me a better man, a better father, and a better example.
It showed me like how to be better to my kids, so I went and got custody of my son. My son been with me for a couple months now. So they showed me how to be a better parent all around, just a better man, period.
Initially, I didn't know that it could change men's lives. I didn't know that fathers could change. But it's amazing to me when fathers come back a year later, 2 years later, and tell us thank you. Or they'll make a Facebook post and say, look at what I'm doing now. It's amazing to me about the level of work that we've been able to do and the lives that we've changed in just a short period of time. And the fathers who come back and say, thank you, I needed you, and you were there.
And shout out to Brothers United, man. Be you.
All right, yeah, we are back on. This is the CSRN podcast, our week in review. And shout out to Jody Summers or Childhood System or Spoken Truth in his Black Lives Matter moment of talking about our Black Lives Matter awards. We were so tired of hearing that 40 under 20 or that 20 under 40, and they always recognize the same type of people. And if it was us doing it, it would be preacher this getting an award, pastor this getting an award, reverend this getting an award, deacon this getting. Man, come on, all right? Come on, we got to change it. So we were able to do that. We were able to get it funded by doing what I call a shakedown. You know you owe, all right? There's the old commercial go there and say you can pay me now or you can pay me later. But listen, family, as always, a CSRN tradition, whenever we have a special honored guest that comes into the studio, which we stream live from my Prince Library. If you're out and about, just come on in and see what we do. But when we have a guest, we always ask them, who are you? What are you wearing? And what are we talking about today?
Awesome. My name is Darnell Robinson, but a lot of people know me as Q. I've been doing promotions for almost, I want to say 30 years.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I started out in street promotions. I actually started out as actually a rapper.
Okay, all right.
And funny thing about it, it was like basically I had won a contract.
Right.
And during the process, my mentor at the time, he was basically asking me, do I want to be in this business short term or long term? And my partner at the time wanted them to honor the contract, which we did.
All right.
But he was like, do you understand the concept of show business? And at the time, I was just like, I just want to rap.
Yes,
but he was like, I'm gonna honor the contract, but how about you allow me to at least show you the business aspect and let me show you what the business, how it actually encompasses show, right?
Yeah.
And then if you decide that you want to basically be in front of the lens and then transition behind the lens, then you'll basically have a full perspective of what the business aspect was. And once I was able to learn the business aspect, I never wanted to be in front of the lens again.
Oh, wow. And sometimes we hear some of those stories online, whereas a person that's just wants to perform and he or she may not have any idea of what the business is. And they may get to a certain point and they think that they have something, but you didn't read it. You weren't about the business. You just wanted to perform.
I really believe that the thing which I don't know is too much of today, but I really believed in giving up something to get something. And I really believed in starting from the bottom and actually learning the concepts of what the business aspect was. If you really understand about the mom and pop stores, back in the day, I was the guy that was putting up the posters, and I was the guy that when an artist came in and wanted to do like in-store and sign posters and things of that matter, that was little old me making sure that an hour before the artists would come in,
Right.
I would make sure that the posters were set up, make sure everything. and also my job entailed like being able to like make sure like when the artist came in, my job was to basically be a runner. I would pick them up from the airport, make sure that they got to their hotels.
Yeah.
I was just running from them, and I had the one of the highlights obviously was being able to go on tour with Usher, Monica, and Immature.
Oh wow!
A name that a lot of people probably don't hear about today. And not to say that when I see Usher, seeing what that man has done today, it was no surprise to see what he has done because he was a student of the game. He would actually sit behind stage and learn. He would study the crowd. He would study the groups and everything like that. And it's just amazing to see that man and how he's progressing.
And I guess learning all of those aspects of the business gives you some longevity too.
I believe you're only going to get out of this business with you're not going to make the money that people think you're going to make in the beginning. So if you're going to get out of this interview that you're going to go in there and make a lot of money, I'm not the guy that's going to tell you that. Yeah. But what I am going to tell you is that if you have a passion for what you do, see, I was the guy in 81, 82 who got the Thriller out.
Okay.
And would get behind it and would love to look at the credits and see what it was like. Who made this art piece? Yeah. Who was the actual people? Obviously, Michael was the face. But I wanted to know who was the ones that put this masterpiece together.
Donnell, me and my son will go to a movie, and we'll stay to look at the credits. And you might have seen just a few actors, acting on the screen. But when you look at the credits, you get a chance to see just who all was involved, what all tasks that they had. And with the movies that are out now, there's just hundreds of people involved, and that gives you, like I say, it gives a different perspective on whatever piece of art it is. One thing that you haven't done, we always ask, who are you? And that was a nice intro there. What are you wearing?
I am wearing polo right now, and just wanted to basically wear this in recognition of being respectful to what your podcast is and what you're doing, and recognizing greatness, and just trying to really come in here and emulate greatness.
Oh man, all right. Well, you definitely leveled up our podcast. All right, we might get 2 people to watch it this time. All right. All right. I don't know, family, if you've been on social media, you've heard the ads for Menace to Society. Matter of fact, what I'd like to do, and Jody didn't remind me, you're supposed to play the commercial first. Well, I put everything on Jody, all right? If we make any, always say when things go right, all of us get the praise. But when it goes wrong, it must be Jody, all right? But hey, what I want to lead into this. There's a commercial that's running in heavy rotation, all on social media. Family, this is the Menace to Society event that's happening this weekend.
Saturday, November 25th, inside the Mall May Indoor Theater. We're bringing West Coast legends to the city. Get ready for the Menace to Society Turkey Jam Turn Up, starring Compton's own MC8. And on the same stage, above the law, hit the loop juice and pulls up in the deuce. And the East Bay Gangsters, Spice One. In this game, I'll take no secondary choice. Hosted by Tyree Turner and sounds by DJ Lightning Rod. Get ready for the Menace to Society Turkey Jam Turn Up, Saturday, November 25th, inside the Mall May Indoor Theater with MC8.
Up in the hood, yeah, boy, 1984.
Above the law.
Everything is fine when you're rolling with your homies in the little boy.
And Spice One. This is the event you can't miss, celebrating Minister Society's 30th anniversary. Your host would be Tyron Turner and sounds by DJ Lightning Rod.
See, I'm nothing but a Mac 10 shooter. Kill a man looter on the creek with the Glock. Got it.
Tickets available now at eventbrite.com.
All right, that commercial right there. It just brought back so many memories.
Wow. I never get tired of watching.
Oh man, look, I'm getting ready to change my whole playlist. Black Superman, Compton's Most Wanted, and Spice One, The Trigger Has No Heart. Oh man, I just brought all of that back for me. All right.
Don't forget Kane.
Oh,
Tyron Turner.
Man, look.
Star in the movie.
How
did this all come together?
Yeah, how did it all come together?
Great. We were actually doing a show back in May, and Spice actually whispered to me. He was like, "Hey, we haven't done a show together in a while." And I was actually in the midst of finishing up the Real Talk comedy tour with Ricky Smiley and everything. And he said, "I know you haven't been doing hip hop in a while, but MC8 wants to talk to you about something." He said, "Just give him a call." And I hadn't talked to 8 in a while, and it was fun.
It's awesome, man.
Now I had known that they had been doing the 50-year hip hop,
right?
But I didn't know, and so I talked to 8 via text. He's not really a big talker.
All right.
So basically, he was like, the 30 year of Men's Society is up. And I was like, no, I was unaware about it. And so he said, yeah, 93. And I was like, so
yeah,
that's what Spice was basically. It was like, Spice was like, Trigger Has No Heart, straight up menace. I was like, So and to bring some context to this, I had worked with Spice and MCA.
Right.
In 2019, we had did a tour together. It was very successful, and they wanted to do something with me, and I said I didn't want to come back until we did. It had to have something, some substance, some meaning. It's like you want to come back together, but you want to have something of value.
That's right.
And I think that's what Spice was alluding to. So he was like, yeah, hit 8 up. And so I was like, okay, that would be great. And I was like, but who do you think we could actually, bring this home to? And he was like, Kane. And I was like, no way.
Man.
I said, do you think?
Man.
I said, do you think Tyler will really want to do this? And he was like, here's the number, find out.
That's awesome.
So basically within 5 minutes, we had conversation with Tyron, and he was all in. And I was like, I get excited about working with certain people because I had never got a chance to work with him, and so with Tyron. And so when he said he wanted to bless this and he wanted to be a part of this project, I was like, let's do it. And it's a great thing when you got all of the parties that wanted to be a part of this, and then to actually have Above the Law, which is announced to everybody who has never ever performed in this market. This is a first time ever.
They're from Flint.
No. Above the Law is actually from the West Coast.
Okay, what am I thinking about?
Ruthless.
Okay.
Eazy-E.
All right. Okay.
Dr. Dre. NWA. I mean, Hutch is one of the most underrated producers of all time that a lot of people are not really up on commercially.
Yeah.
But behind the scenes, he is well respected. He has done a huge amount of projects. Working up under, the tutelage, obviously, of Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
Man, classic hits.
All right.
And I just think that to actually have Toledo and Monet, Ohio hosting
That's right.
This and what's so great about this? This is not just a concert. See, that's what I think a lot of people are getting this
mixed up,
because what we're going to actually do is we're going to be celebrating the movie, but we're also going to be incorporating musical elements of it. Because it's going to be like a Q&A, and Tyron's going to actually introduce never before scenes that a lot of people are not aware of.
Right.
And I don't want to give too much of it, but what I'm saying is that people are aesthetically is going to see some things. That's why we're doing it, because I get this all the time. Why the mommy? You know what I'm saying? And they're going to see some things in a theater element.
Well, look, look. I believe this. I believe that creative people know what they're doing, and creative people have to have certain things in order to make it happen. So this isn't some type of thing where we've got rappers rapping on some risers with a microphone. This is an experience that a lot of us can go back in time, just as when we watched the commercial and I heard MC8, Spice One, and Above the Law, it took me back.
Mm-hmm.
So just imagine those three acts, along with the movie, along with the star. Where do they do that? All right.
That's what is so unique about this, is because, you know, no knock to the usual suspects. They get a chance to come from the markets all the day, the Ice Cube, things of that matter. Those guys are phenomenal. But this is such a unique project because you don't get a chance to see these type of artists on a regular basis. How often do you get a chance to see Tyron Turner, Above the Law, MC8, and Spice One share the stage all together?
It's not happening, and this will be one of those things. I'm going to be there Saturday. This will be one of those things that somebody will say, "Oh man, Brother Washington, you should have let me know." Look, you knew.
The fallout is going to be crazy because those are they're miss out on it.
Absolutely.
Like, oh man,
absolutely. All right, man, this is it's a lot to take in, and let me put the banner up there for the event. All right, here's what we're talking about. Saturday, November 25th, we've got. Hey, somebody take that CSRN thing at the top. All right, there you go. All right, good. November 25th, 8 p.m. All right, even though it's, I know Julie will say, isn't it past your bedtime? No, not this Saturday.
Not Turkey weekend.
Not this Saturday. I'm going to make sure that I don't eat too many plates. All right, that I'll be passed out at 7:30. No, family, we want you to come on out Saturday, November 25th, 8 p.m. That's the mall meet. That's right at the corner of Conant and the Trail. Family, you cannot miss this. Look, you got the parking, you got the venue, you got the nice seats. If you could stand up and turn up if you want. If not, you can sit back like me and take it all in. We've got the big screen where you're going to be able to see some things. I mean, I can't give it away. I can't give that away that I don't know, but I feel like it's going to be some things that, oh man, I didn't, you know, there's going to be some of that.
And I would be amiss if I didn't mention, you know, the sounds that could be bringing by a legend in your city of Toledo, by Lightning Rod.
Oh, absolutely.
The visuals are being brought together by Big Trav and Travis Grant, they're putting something together that's just unbelievable.
Right.
Unbelievable.
And shout out to DJ Lightning Rod, and also shout out to his business, the Lighthouse. He's got the restaurant.
Some phenomenal stuff. I mean, the people of Toledo who have faced, you asked me a question about things, and I want to also commend the fact that you can't do things without a team.
That's
And
right.
I think that the city of Toledo and the individuals that have come together to help make this project be successful, Tony Tuggle, Sonny, all of the Travis, man, there's so many people, and if I didn't mention you, charge it to the head, not the heart, but there are so many people that have actually come together to make this project a success.
And some of us, if you miss us in the acknowledgments, it's all good because we know that we put it on.
Yes.
All right? We know
Yes.
that we
Yes.
know that we put it on. So
Yes.
I'm getting hype already. All right.
Yes.
Saturday, November 25th, 8 p.m. And one more time, shout out to DJ Lightning Rod. We had him in the studio a few weeks ago.
Wow, how was that?
Man, it's always dynamite. And I always tell my DJ Lightning Rod story. Once I came home from the Penn State or State Penn, I wanted to rap. And that's what I did when I was there. Everybody knew me as a rapper. So when I came home, one of the FOI said, "Hey, look, I know this brother that do some recording." This is probably 32 years ago. This happened.
Wow.
32 years ago, he took me to DJ Lightning Rod. Went in his basement. He recorded a track for me to go home and lay some lyrics on. And here we are, still together, making stuff. He's making stuff happen. I'm making things happen. I'm going to promote whatever DJ Lightning Rod does because it's a great chance I might get a discount on some of the food that he has. All right.
Well, in that case, you better use his name one more time.
Absolutely. So this is a feel good type of thing. You know what it is, all right? The hip hop that's gonna be displayed already is our stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So don't even think about well, this ain't that. All right. We on some classic stuff. We on some classic stuff. So I can't wait. Saturday. So if my wife is watching this, we're gonna be up late. All right, we're gonna be up late. We're going to the mommy. This is my special gift to you. We just celebrated 32 years of marriage last Thursday.
Oh, congratulations.
And Yvette, hey, listen, baby, I'm taking you to see MCA. All right. All right. Hey, listen, one of the things that we need to ask you before we go, we always ask our guests, a big thing about CSRN is self-care. All right, because we can't be banging against this beast and not take a break, not pull it in. Because if we don't, we know some ugly stuff happens when we don't take a break. All right. So for you, what do you do to regain balance after doing all that you do? What are some of your things that you do?
Well, to open up everything, I am proud to say that I am a veteran.
All right.
And the way I like to de-escalate things, I like to support, obviously, and give my time back to those that are less fortunate. And I like to support my veterans. I like to, the Department of Veterans Affairs is very special in my heart, and I get a little teary about it personally because as being a soldier and things that I've experienced and I continue to experience and the things that I see a lot of my fellow, soldiers go through today, I like to support those causes.
That's what's up. And they say that saying, all gave some gave all. And if you look at the situations a lot of our veterans are in, if ever you get a chance to assist, that's a good look.
It is, because I wouldn't be in this position that I am today if it hadn't been for me given my time overseas and you don't have the yin without the yang.
Okay, yes, sir.
And so I like to think about that opportunity and doing what I'm doing today. So that's what I like to do in my time when I'm not out giving great shows and giving people a great value and making sure that on the Turkey weekend of November 25th, that the city of Toledo is given. You know, I want people to actually leave that show not just feeling like they've spent money, but I want them to get back. I want them to walk away saying, hey, you know what, that was a great production. And they're also going to get a chance to have a little few minutes after the show and meet and greet some of their favorites.
That's what's up, man. I'm smiling already. I'm smiling already.
I'm thankful, and I want to thank you guys for having me on your platform to talk about this. And this, like I said, the support for this has been huge. And I can't thank the city of Toledo and Maumee, Ohio for the opportunity.
That's right.
And I hope to continue bringing, this way moving forward.
All right. And listen, and just type the Minister Society Toledo, Ohio in your search. You'll find the Eventbrite. You'll find all of the particulars that you think you need. Even though we just showed you a few minutes ago the poster. All right, we just showed you the poster. All right, so don't act like you didn't see it. All right, you know where the Maumee Theater is. You know it's right there at the corners of Conant and the Trail. Family, let's get out of here. Let's get out. We got DJ Lightning Rod, Tony Tuggle, man, another dynamite young brother that I met years ago. Family, come on out. Thank you, brother. Thank you for blessing us. Thank you for blessing us. Family, we're going to be right back. This is the CSRN Podcast, our weekend review.
Saturday, November 25th, inside the Maumee Indoor Theater. We're bringing West Coast legends to the city. Get ready for the Minister Society Turkey Jam Turn Up, starring Compton's own MC8. And on the same stage, above the law, hit the loop juice and pulls up in the deuce. And the East Bay Gangsters, Spice One. In this game, I'll take no secondary choice. Hosted by Tyrant Turner and sounds by DJ Lightning Rod. Get ready for the Minister Society Turkey Jam Turn Up, Saturday, November 25th, inside the Maumee Indoor Theater with MC8.
Up in the hood, yeah, boy, 1984.
Above the law.
Everything is fine when you're rolling with your homies in the little PS.
And Spice One. This is the event you can't miss, celebrating Minister Society's 30th anniversary. Your host would be Tyrant Turner and sounds by DJ Lightning Rod.
See, I'm nothing but a Mac 10 shooter, kill a man looter on the creek with the Glock. Got it.
Tickets available now at eventbrite.com.
Canal. En esta hermosísima ciudad de Orlando.
I'm here in Barranquilla, Colombia, and in sunny Miami. Daytona Beach, mis amigos, that's where we're at today.
Desde la ciudad de Cartagena, Colombia.
We are in Orlando right now, here in Florida.
I'm Helene Sheets, Director of Marketing and Communications at beautiful Lourdes University, and we've been a proud sponsor and supporter of Voces Latinas TV for over a decade. It has been a fantastic partnership. It's been our doorway into the Latino community. We've met so many incredible people, created so many partnerships. Our students absolutely love the connections we've made through Voces Latinas TV, and we're looking forward to at least another decade, 2 decades.
Hey, I'm Dr. P. Not only am I a leadership coach, I'm a change agent and I'm a race scholar. I've used my study of race to dismantle systems and organizations, but I also use that to help you as the individual become a better leader for your families and for your community.
All right, we are back. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review. And right now we're going to get into our community shout outs. What is it? Community solutions and shout outs. Where's the word set for that? All right, well, yeah. Community shout out. Thank you, tech team. All right. Shout outs and solutions. And then we're going to get into some of the things that's coming up in the community. You know what I wanted to do today, which I didn't. I wanted to set up so that we could share the social butterfly page.
Yeah.
And right. So
expo.
Right. So and I was at the expo on Saturday.
Yeah, we went to the expo.
Yeah. Look, I'm promoting Donetta Carter now.
Okay.
All right.
You get some pictures.
No, I don't take pictures. I don't take pictures. I should have, but I didn't. Last week we were at the opening of the Good Neighbor Pharmacy. All right.
Your first aid kit, not set now.
This Saturday, we were at myself and some of the brothers. We were at the fall extravaganza.
Yep.
That was at St. Clement. So I fell through there. Man, look, I wanted to see if all of the black vendors would pass the vibe test. All right. So I was suited and booted. I had my suit, my bow tie, my camel hair, full length. All right. Look, I was him. So people are like, hey, what's up? Whatever you got, I'm buying. Whatever you got, I'm buying. I'm buying. So I was going through there, swiping my card, and that was an awesome, excellent event. So that was what was up with me this weekend. But also what I wanted to do is to alert a few people that asked me about the lawsuit that the Nation of Islam has against the ADL and the Simon Wiesenthal Center. And I read a little bit about it last week, and I'm just going to touch on it a bit, and then I'm going to put the QR code. And this is from the original statement that said that on October 16, 2023, which was the 28th anniversary of the Million Man March, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam sued the ADL, its CEO, Jonathan Greenblatt, the Simon Wiesenthal Center, and Rabbi Abraham Cooper in the federal court of the Southern District of New York for First Amendment violation for defamation. It goes on to say that for over 40 years, the defendants have falsely labeled Minister Farrakhan and the NOI as anti-Semites and as anti-Semitic because of a difference in theological viewpoints and for his pointing out of misbehavior of some members of the Jewish community, among other things. If you would, family, this is the QR code right here. If you want to just hover your phone over the QR code, and what you would get is the original statement, the video statement, and all of the court documents are associated with this. And it's a lot of documents. So we really coming hard at this for our people, for everyone to have a right to speak, right to free speech without feeling as if somebody's going to cancel you, without feeling that somebody's going to come after your family and your friends. We tried to talk it out, all right, a few years ago, and however it did not go far. So we got to do what we got to do, and we'll stay close to CSRN. Follow me on Facebook, Washington Muhammad, and as this progresses, we'll give you more info. Jody, I think that other than this issue of the Final Call newspaper talking about the cultural survival of the original family, we're talking about our indigenous brothers and sisters of America. Some call them Native Americans, some call them Indians.
Happy National. It's the Heritage Day. Well, I say I could.
Okay, yeah. Don't mess me up over here. All right, don't mess me up over here. But there was a story just recently. I don't remember what state it was in, but among the indigenous people or Native Americans, the growing of their hair is sacred.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and there was one of the elders was at one of the hospitals off of their land, and they cut his hair. They cut his hair. It's a lack of respect. So get that issue of the Final Call. I wanted to, if you go ahead and go, because I got a couple of things I wanted to say about the young man that's missing. I don't have his picture up.
Right. I've seen that pop across my timeline.
Right. I don't have his picture up. So I shared it on my page, though.
Yeah.
I got his name on my page. Give me 1 second, Jody. I want to get to it.
You're good. But for me, what I was trying to say, because all the stuff that everybody pops up and stuff, and I haven't celebrated the holiday in over a decade or so. And even then, it was mainly because family and tradition and the way. So we call them family days. It's not Thanksgiving, or Christmas, New Year's, or Valentine's Day, or Easter, or whatever other drinking holiday that you're supposed to go out and celebrate. It was a way for us, to say we're off of work, those of us that did work or whatever, and come to eat, come to break bread and stuff. But happy Native American Heritage Day, as this country's calling it now. So that's what Thursday is. If you ask me, what am I doing? Celebrating Native American Heritage Day. Because we don't know Thanksgiving was lying and all that good stuff. But not to get too political on everything, I also want to use this time to let you know that you are not alone. This time of year, from October until about May, is some of the most difficult times for people.
Oh, yeah.
Because some of us had to create our families. Our original families were either not here in our lives or they were taken from us. I'm on the side of both of those rounds. So it was taken, and then by the time I got it back, they were murdered. So I understand all too well the isolation of seeing a happy family or being invited to somewhere and you're like, I don't want it. So don't get too down in the depths about it because it's okay.
That's right.
Take your time. Enjoy that you have time to take. Enjoy that you have the ability to sit at home and you ain't got to go through cussing out the uncle or the auntie or trying to figure out whose cousin is this, what the baby needs you to buy something.
That's right.
You could just be, me and my sister were taking the most non-traditional approach ever. I'm not cooking, she's not cooking. We're not going to a family's house and pick up a plate. We're going to Golden Brown. But the funny thing is, I talked her out of going to the Chinese buffet. So I was like, no symbolism, but again, my youngest is, go see her. We don't do the whole traditional family thing. She doesn't have any kids. And, we did with our cousins and families for so many years and stuff. It became like, it's a lot of money, there's a lot of gas, I got leftovers. I barely eat the stuff that I do on a daily basis to begin with. So, we'll call. We'll see any other time. It doesn't have to be a specific day. So, again, that's my message for anybody going through the holidays blues right now. It's okay. There are hotlines. 988, I still believe in available numbers. If you are going to that side of thought, don't. The world is a much better place with you. If you're an artist right now, keep making art. If you're an entrepreneur, hey, it's almost the end of the quarter. You can relax.
That's right.
Not really, because 2024 is about to start. But
true that.
Again, be happy that you're here to see at the end of the year. It could be so much worse. You could have bombs dropping over your head every day. You could have no food. You could have no electricity, no vehicle, no job, no nothing. And those type of people, I can tell you, could have been there, are still happy for something. So, that's my advice on the holidays and happy all the good stuff. But Washington, we're going to ramp the mood back up real quick because we're going to go to our Kwanzaa word of the day.
All right. Oh, I'm trying to find it. Oh, okay. All right. Our Kwanzaa word of the day is Ujima. That's collective work and responsibility. And that is to build and maintain our community together and make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems and solve them together. Last week we had our brother Rashid Spencer on from Toledo Kwanzaa House. He's taking the lead of organizing Kwanzaa, so we look forward to seeing everybody December 26th through the 1st.
Don't mind the date on that flyer.
Oh yeah, never mind the date on the flyer. Never mind the date on the flyer. But what does it say?
It's 2021.
Oh well.
It's not 2021.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, so don't get in your time machine and go back in time. But it is going to be on the 26th of December. Right. So never mind that.
We're just waiting on the updated flyers.
Right.
Okay, but at least now you got the time for it.
Yeah. Okay, so come on, Rashid. You give me that flyer. And also, if you want to find out how to participate or in Kwanzaa this year for 2023, 2024, hit up Ross Spencer on Facebook.
Yep.
Ross Spencer on Instagram. So hit that brother up.
He is a beautiful celebration.
He is leading Kwanzaa now. And
did you know I sung?
That again?
Last year I sung for Kwanzaa.
Oh, absolutely. You and what do we have? Sister Diane Stubblefield Moore.
Yep.
Right, I think it's her name.
First time ever singing on the mic and not doing some poetry.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. And I know we wanted to take it up, but I wanted to also share that image. This is our brother that we wanted everybody to make sure you be on the lookout for. This is Thomas Wayne White Jr. This brother had went missing on the 7th of November. I saw his mom on television earlier today and yesterday too. I'm glad that everybody gathered around and put together a search party for our brother. And let's hope that this brother comes home. Let's hope he comes home safe and send some prayers out for his mom. Other than that, Jody, other than being able to go to Donetta Carter's event, she's got more stuff coming up. And I also wanted to, once again, this Saturday is going to be the Turkey Jam at the Maumee Theater.
Yep.
And I want to make sure that I'm going to be there. So,
all kinds of stuff going on. We got the Turkey Jam. And again, I've been seeing the big talks already starting on what are y'all going to do Juneteenth? And can't we just have one big gigantic one? Why? My answer to that is, some of us don't like to be jumbled in between everybody. That's why if you want to, that's cool. But don't knock on the people that's like, hey, this is my block.
Absolutely.
I know these people because that's where I'm going to be. I'm not going to be in the center of 1,000 vendors. I don't care if you bring 20,000 people. I don't like that type of environment. It's very, I'm now having to sell you something. So versus, True. But my business is different. I make shirts, hoodies, hats, caps, wristbands, necklaces, artwork, books, all that good stuff. So I'm very diverse in that. But for finding this heat, I got a couple good ones, that being one of them. But yeah, Turkey Jam is going on. You got Tracy, he's doing something with bowling. I'm doing something, an open mic night. There are plays, you'll find it on my page. So my last performance of the month.
All right. So did you want to take a short break, come back with 5 minutes of heat?
Yeah, we can take a short break, man, cleaning the lights off. Yeah.
All right, right. Hey, look, well, we're still good on time. Hey, we'll take a short break. We'll come right back. This is the CSRN Podcast, our weekend review.
Did you know addiction is a disease, not a moral dilemma? The opioid epidemic and substance use have a major impact on communities of color and many people's lives. The Joshua Treatment Center offers culturally relevant, inpatient, and outpatient behavioral health treatment and recovery support services to any Ohioan struggling with addiction, mental health, or finding sober, safe housing. We must recognize that treatment is available and accessible to all. If you are in need of treatment or want to find out more information, you can call 1-888-728-2713 to talk to someone or schedule an appointment.
All right, we are back. This is the CSRN Podcast, our weekend review. Family, we just went over our community shout outs and our solutions. And please be on the lookout for our brother Thomas White. If you see him, give somebody a call and let him know that his family is definitely looking for him. One of the things that we do to start shutting things down, we have 5 minutes of heat. And even though they had the 50-year anniversary of hip hop, so where people can find out just where did that term 5 minutes of heat come from, and really, some of its roots are in the old Houdini song, the classic Houdini song, 5 Minutes of Funk. So we took that, added some creative expression to the end of our meetings. It just so happens to be that Jody has been our go-to person for creative expression. So for 5 minutes of heat, what do we have today?
Well, we got a little combination of some stuff.
All right.
I got a short one at the beginning, the poem, and then the end. Because again, I want people to work more on you, not just the quotes and finding distractions and the flute player or somebody else's message. That to really do the work and get it done. So to open this little section of poetry, and then I'm going to give a thank you to shirts and shameless promotions and all that good stuff, is stop opening doors for people that will close them in front of you. And this piece is called My Brand. So let's begin. Peace. Look at my brand. Forget about everything you know about me as a person, a human, a living, breathing, struggling to figure it out person, and look at my brand. I sacrificed everything for this. Things that you'll never hear about in the promos. Whispers you'll only hear about from people who can no longer control me, and dedicated myself to something worthy of me. Look at my brand. See, this came from sacrifice of some type. And at this point, now you have to pay for it. I may network with you, but depending on how far along in the process we are, a lunch date, gathering, pop-up, community event, or social gathering surrounded by tons of people are the closest you'll ever get to me. Look at my brand. I know it may look like the same shirt, different logo, but I put everything into this. The items you see on the table changed me in some way and let me know that I can work for me. I don't have to ask for a vacation, beg for some health care, plead with my supervisor for a break, or get looked over because the person next to me has a better relationship with the higher ups. Look at my brand. If you're looking to invest, invest. I have plenty of options. But please don't belittle what I created by telling me what someone similar to what I'm doing has. Or bogging me down to the bottom line where I make nothing for everything everything I sacrificed. You don't need to know me, just the product I create. The exterior, yes, the exterior is all I'm offering, because under the surface might break you, might discourage you, might overwhelm you with fear so much that you'll never, no, never want to leave your job. It's fragile, precious, and something that can easily shatter if I don't make the right moves. Look at my brand. I take cash, card, various amounts of digital currency, but I cannot take an IOU. One time for the fam. We've known each other since whenever. Look out one time, or you made it, so you, yes, you are supposed to give back. My bills, my livelihood, my family, my future, and everything I ever dreamed of is poured into what you see. So look at my brand. I hope you find something like in peace.
All right. We always snap our fingers, all right?
And to close that door from the beginning to the end is stop hesitating to go through doors that are destined for you because somebody else was too afraid to knock.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And as always, just to do a quick shout out. If you like what we do, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's it right there. We're looking to get at least 100,000 subscribers. Pick up your Black Lives Matter sign. If you don't like the Black Lives Matter signs, pick up the defund the police sign, all right?
Yeah.
And as always, all lives can't matter until what?
Black lives matter.
And Black lives can't matter until
all Black lives matter.
Justice or else?
Yeah,
Peace.